This is Entertain Boredom, and tonight we are doing the Blood Orange Liqueur Part 2. And 3 weeks ago we recorded the episode where I changed out the fruit, and as you can see, there's a definite change in what the color of the fruit is. So what the fruit looked like 3 weeks ago was like this, nice and red, and just purpley red, and in 3 weeks time it has leached out all the color. So, and this here is the second batch of fruit that went into the basic ingredients. Here is oranges as fruit. You could use bananas. You could use bananas or pineapples or apples or whatever fruit you want to use. In this case, I'm using blood oranges, and I mixed it. I'm tincturing it out in grain alcohol, 190 proof grain alcohol, and so I don't know what the proof of this is now. It's probably 180 proof with the addition of the juice from the last set of these oranges. So tonight we'll be running this fluid through this cheesecloth here and this colander, mashing the fruit down just like we did before, and strain it into this big Pyrex container, and then we're going to be pouring it back in here and mixing it with fresh blood oranges. And then the next time or the next time after that, I don't know if the blood oranges are still in season, then we will run them through again for a fourth time, and then at the last final stage, I will mix this mixture with simple syrup, and hopefully the next time it'll be even redder than this. But here's another tincture that I did. This one I did out of peppers, and they've been peppers that I grew myself. Unfortunately, that plant died over the winter, as all my pepper plants in my greenhouse died, even the ones that were 3 years old. Hopefully, when I trim them back, that some of them will be resurrected, but I don't know. They froze, and I'm very sad about that. But these I use medicinally. I add it to coffee or tea or whatnot. Supposedly it helps to bring down your blood pressure. I don't have a blood pressure problem, but they say peppers is really good for you. And so without much further ado, we will be running these oranges through a colander, smashing it down in, and so that they drain in this Pyrex container, and then we will be adding fresh fruit. Alright, here we go. Okay, look down into there. Give it a smell. It's got a really orangey smell, much more orangey than the last time. And here we go. It's probably more like jungle juice. And we shall see how this stuff tastes. I'll probably give it a little taste test too. Uh-oh! I better hold it down. The thing here is taller than the colander stand, and squeezing it out, just kind of mashing it in there, Someplace I got a piece of a vanilla bean in. Oh, there it is. I just put this little bit of a vanilla bean in here to give it a little bit more flavor. Oh, as always, when you're doing this stuff, you got to remember to wash your hands and make sure all the equipment you use is clean. Of course, that's just a no-brainer, isn't it? I've taken basic food handler's class a couple times now. I have to carry a food handler's card for my job as a barback, and Look at all that mash. The stuff is just nice and all right. Yep, it has a nice alcoholic smell too. And then the next step, I'm going to squeeze the cheesecloth out. And here's all the pulp from that fruit. I'm squeezing that out. So let's just squeeze a little in this cup over here. This will be my taste test. Just squeezing all over the place. Got more of it on the counter than I am on. So here we go. That works, right? So give that a little taste test. I'll probably mix it with a little vodka. I think the last time I tried it with some, rum, and that was clearly a mistake. It was a clash of flavors. So I know that when I mix this with simple syrup, and then I'll probably up-proof it by adding some vodka to it. Maybe, you can do this tincture with vodka too. I think it's a Cello. That's right. It was a Cello recipe that I found on YouTube for pineapple, and how I got the idea. They had cellos at work, and I didn't know what they were, so I just looked them up, and that's how I got the idea to make this with blood oranges. So I thought, I bet that would be a tasty liquor, because there's Grand Marnier, I'm butchering the name, or that Blue Curaçao, which is also an orange liqueur. So I'm sure that I can make top shelf AMFs with this, and instead of it being blue, it'll have a red tone to it. A little bit more squeeze in this little cup here, and so yeah, it's got a lot of juice left in it. I may not even add any simple syrup to it. I may just kind of cut. I'm going to try maybe some different varieties of this, because it may just be sweet enough with the orange juice in it itself. And so we shall see. I think I'm going to run it through the colander again, just to give it, just to filter out the debris. Make sure that none of the old fruit commingles with the new fruit, just the fruit juice itself. And the smell of this is not quite as alcoholic as it was 3 weeks ago. So I think the proof is starting to come down. But we'll give it a little taste just to see how orangey it is, because it smells really orangey. Well, anyway, there's the pulp from this. From that, there's still some of the original color of the, it's a little bit more red, more orangey. But when we add that new fruit to it, it'll be more purple colors to it, and so this should be a much darker color the next time. And this is for that refiltering it through here. Get that stuff out, but I'll put that vanilla bean back into it. And just a piece of vanilla for the refusion. The re-infusion of the orange liqueur with the new batch of blood oranges. I probably will be saving some of this back and pour some in there about halfway full, and we'll put this nice rich fruit back into it. And I'll probably be saving a little bit aside, because I want to put all of this good fruit into it. See all these good pieces here, nice purpley red like blood. This vampire's drink. The blood of the vampire. That's what this blood orange is. The blood of the vampire. kind of this refusion here. The reinfusion kind of reminds me of that one Star Trek movie. Was it Star Trek 3? The Search for Spock, and then where his Katra was reinfused with his body, his Katra, which was stored in Dr. McCoy. And will it fit in here? Hey, look at that. It fit in there, including that little bit of vanilla bean. And then we'll do a little taste test here and see. There we got that. It's nice and red in there again, and look at that. And hopefully we will be able to do this one more time. I got the oranges, they're organic. I got them from Life Source in Salem. That's a health food store where you can get some high quality produce. And I buy coffee from there and a lot of other products. But anyways, this is part 2 of how to make a blood orange cello, and hope you enjoyed it. If you are indeed watching it, thank you and good night.